Welcome to Nattie's Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting. And today we're actually going to take a look at some of the tools that I use when I craft. So no crafting today. Normally I'm Natalie and I'm the one that does all the crafting, but not today. So I'm going to show you a few tools, show you how to save a little bit of money when buying any tools for crafting, and so on. So let's go ahead and go take a look. So we'll start with the basics. The basics are these are all from Dollar Tree. And this is the weeder. It helps to weed when you are doing vinyl, or if you're, I don't know, placing like stickers or something. This is very helpful. I use it all the time. I have the Cricut brand of this, but I honestly reach for the Dollar Tree one in case I break it or ruin the tip. I just buy another one. So that, and then the other part is the scraper. So this is good for getting items down, again, like stickers or vinyl, to scrape them down and get them smooth, get the air bubbles out, all of that. We use the scraper. And then the cutter, this is a rolling cutter, and it just cuts as you roll. And I don't have any, let's see, I don't have anything to cut. So if you, there's a stopper on it, so it has its own safety on it, and you just push that down, and then you can cut whatever it is you want to cut, and it rolls, so it's very easy to maneuver around objects. So this is a rolling cutter, very handy, very useful, and I do use it all the time, especially when I'm doing vinyl, because I don't like to waste vinyl, so I always cut out the little area that I have the words on. I just cut closely around that, and then I weed it out from there. So the rolling cutter is very helpful. Something else from Dollar Tree is, it's actually a makeup spatula. It's silicone, and so really good for hot glue. If you need to place something down and you need to hold it while it's drying, but you don't want to burn your fingers because that hurts, I know, trust me, you would use your spatula scraper, the spatula, silicone spatula, to hold it down, and it is bendable. As you can see, hot glue will not stick to it, so it's perfect for anything that you need to hot glue and hold down. And that's, again, from Dollar Tree. It's a makeup spatula, so it is in the makeup area of Dollar Tree. And then we have the Cricut True Control Kit. Now, this is what I started with, just the regular cutter, and I got it as a kit, but I've since lost all that because this is quite a few years old, as you can tell by how dirty it is. But this is very handy. The blade comes right off, so you can switch out the blades. And they had these on sale on, I believe it was QVC, maybe HSN, I don't remember. But they had them on sale. All the Cricut stuff was on deep discount. So I got another kit. It comes with 6 blades, so 5 in a little holder and then 1 on the actual knife. And this is obviously great whenever you need to do cuts. And it is Cricut, so it's a great quality. It's a little bit heavy. It has some weight to it, which is nice to use when you're cutting something that is tough to cut. So the Cricut True Control Kit, very helpful. And then whenever I video, I always have my phone in the background playing YouTube videos as I video. So this is the Dollar Tree phone stand. It folds flat, so if you're a traveler, if you go on trips, it's easy to stick in your bag or in your purse. And then it has many different settings so that your phone can be as high or as low as you want. And your phone, let me get a phone here so you can see. This is actually my blood glucose machine. But it can either go up and down or it can go sideways. I usually watch my phone sideways like this because I can then get the full screen view. But again, you can go up and down as well. So that's the phone stand from Dollar Tree. These are very handy. I have one in almost every room of my house. I've got one in the craft room, the living room, the kitchen, and my bedroom. So they're everywhere in my house. And then another thing from the Dollar Tree, and this is a little bit embarrassing, but this one is old. I've been using the same one I don't know, for years. I don't know, probably 3 years. And it's just a water container for paint, for your paint brushes. And so it empties easily. You could clean easily if you were so inclined to do so. Not all of us are. But it opens up. You can put your paint brushes in. You put water in there. You put your paint brushes in. And they won't dry out or anything as long as you have enough water. Now, I don't leave my paint brushes in dirty water. When I'm done crafting for the day, I do go wash them off and dry them. But when I'm done painting and I've washed them off and wash out or rinse out at least the water bucket, I turn my paint brushes upside down inside here so that they can dry overnight until the next day when I can put them back in their place. So this is very handy and something I recommend everyone that paints gets. It's from Dollar Tree. I have seen them over the course of the last few months. I'm sure it's kind of a get it while you can type of thing, as most things are at Dollar Tree. But I know that they do still have them, and I have seen other people use them as well. So it's very handy, good paintbrush holder, cleaner, paintbrush water holder, I guess. I don't know. Very good. I use it every time I paint. We have, let's see, I've got a few different things here. Okay, so first are the sponge daubers. Sponge daubers are very good for when you're painting something and you don't want streaks with a paintbrush and you want a little bit of texture, but you don't want the streaks. Sponge dauber is very handy for that. And so these I get from Dollar Tree. I believe it's 3 in a bundle. And I use the same one over and over and over again. I think they're supposed to be disposable, so, you know, you do throw them away eventually. But I've been using this for quite a while, at least 2 months, I would say. At least 2 months. I don't do a whole lot of painting, but I do, in fact, paint. So it is something that I use all the time whenever I need to daub paint on without paint streaks. And then Dollar Tree has these paint brushes. What are they called? Can't think of the name. What are they called? I can't think of the name. But these paint brushes are for like when you're doing dry brushing. I can speak, I really can. When you're doing dry brushing, these work great. Now, if you don't want the finish to be that rough, you can, of course, trim these. I believe you get 2 or 3 in one package. So maybe cut one at an angle, leave one like this, leave one straight, or, you know, just leave them all like this. This is how I have all of mine. I believe I've cut one over time that I use as a straight edge. But anyway, so these are really easy for dry brushing, really great. And to get kind of a rough coat of paint on something, I use these types of brushes from Dollar Tree. And then my favorite brushes, as you can tell by the clear indication of use, these are my absolute favorite brushes. These are Plaid, which means I believe that they are from, they could be Walmart. I believe Walmart sells Plaid, or it could be Hobby Lobby. I'm not honestly sure. I'm betting probably Walmart. I'll check and I'll put it down below once I figure it out. But these are my absolute favorite brushes. They have a really nice soft finish to them, but they're stiff enough that you can get a straight edge on them, and obviously different sizes. These are the only sizes that I have, are these 3 of this brand of paintbrush. And I have lots of other paintbrushes, and even more than this. I have lots of other paintbrushes, but these are my favorite. And they're the ones that have the little gripper on it, because there are these Plaid paintbrushes that don't have the gripper, and they're fine, they're great. But the one with the gripper is so much better. I don't know why, because you're not writing, so you don't really need the grip, but anyway, these are my favorite, and the brand is Plaid on these. The other paintbrushes are just regular, nothing to brag about, just regular paintbrushes that I don't care so much about. And then one thing that I got from Dollar Tree is this, let's see, let's empty it. It's for, I don't know what it's for. It's in the office section, probably for pens or something to that effect. But I use it for my paintbrushes, and it works very well for my paintbrushes. And I have all of my tools in my dream box, and this fits in the door of the dream box. So I keep it like that, and they're easy to see, and I just grab them out of this container. This container stays in the door all the time, and they're, you know, great. It's perfect. I like to see everything. I want to be able to put them at different levels, like the big paintbrushes on the bottom or at the top or what have you, and it works really well for me, and I love this little thing. Again, it's in the office section at Dollar Tree. Since we're at Dollar Tree, we may as well finish with Dollar Tree. Tumbling Tower game, of course, the fake Jenga blocks. They are small. I believe they still have them in this 72 count. It used to be, what did it used to be? 36, I believe, is what it used to be. It used to be half of this. So I believe they still have the 72, though. I bought a whole case of these before my whole tragedy with the fire and everything, losing my husband, all that. Before all that, I bought a whole case of these, and I had them in the storage container instead of the house that had burned down. So I still have a number of these left. Now, I am starting to run low because I do use tumbling towers all the time for all sorts of interesting activities. But anyway, so you always have to have at least one box of tumbling tower blocks just waiting for you, because you never know when you're going to use them. Always keep the tumbling tower blocks on hand. And then masking tape. You have to have masking tape. This masking tape, I believe, is from Dollar Tree. I don't know that it matters, honestly. I think masking tape is masking tape. I use this a lot whenever I make a hanger on the back of something and I'm hanging it like with a piece of twine, and I hot glue it to whatever surface. Usually it's the back of a sign. When I hot glue it onto the surface, I put a little piece of masking tape over that twine and the hot glue, press it down. It's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what makes the magic work, but it's magic when it happens. So always have some masking tape. Again, I think this is probably from Dollar Tree. That's my best guess. But it, you know, obviously you can buy masking tape anywhere, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Target, wherever. This, I'm still a little undecided about this. This is not the name brand one that costs, you know, $35 or $40 or whatever it is. I didn't know that I would use it that often, so I refused basically to buy the expensive one. So I bought this one off of, I believe it was Temu, and I believe it was like $10. And it's okay. Honestly, I don't use it very often. I use it when I'm cutting popsicle sticks, but really that's about it. Let me show you. So you can make the different angles here, you know, as steep or as, if you want just a square, you can do that. And, you know, again, I don't know if it's because I bought a cheap one that I'm not super happy with it. My hands are very weak. My sickness has gotten a lot better, so I do have a little bit of strength now. I can actually use this. At first, I couldn't even use it because it was too hard for me to use. But now I can use it a little better. So you just put whatever you're cutting, you put it on there. And then you're supposed to be able to see, this is why. I don't know. I don't know if the blade is already dull or it's just because it's the cheap one. I don't know. I am not really too much of a fan. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. You know, it works. So if you are one that cuts small pieces of wood a lot, that's what I would say is most useful here. If you're someone who either doesn't have hand strength or doesn't need to cut wood like this very often, I would say skip it. Because look, I can't get through this, mostly because of my hand strength. I have no hand strength. So, like, I can't get through that. That's basically just tearing it. It did cut it, and I would just sand it just a little bit, but I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this. It is something I use. I just don't know that I use it often enough. If I would have gotten the more expensive one, maybe I would have been happier. I don't know. I don't know. So if you see one of these, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of that. I have my Ladybug vacuum cleaner. This I love. I absolutely love this. You know, you see all the crafters with this and they clean up all their little messes with it. And I was like, yeah, right. You don't really use it. But honestly, I do use it. Anytime I'm sanding, it is 100% needed. 100% without a doubt, I need it. And it works well. And I put the batteries in this one. Gosh, it's probably been almost a year now, and I'm still using the same battery. I don't use it every day because I don't craft every day, but every weekend when I craft, I am using it. And it just cleans up whatever it is you've got. And it's very smooth. And it's cute as well. And I got, let's see, let's clean this up. This little soap dish from Dollar Tree to put my Ladybug in, because I don't want it just hanging out. And so I put this over in the corner of my table here. I put it over in the corner so it's got its little space, and that's where it lives. And I'm going to vacuum something up so you can see how well it works. And this is just from Amazon, and this is just a soap, what do you call it? A soap holder, soap dish from Dollar Tree. And then the vacuum is from Amazon. So I'm going to get a dark piece of paper or something and show you how it works. The next tool that's very helpful is this Lazy Susan that I created to hold all of my quick grab supplies. So I've got my glue guns, my punches and pliers and hole punch and toothbrush. I mean, toothbrush for cleaning, not for teeth. And pens, scissors, the fire, what is it called? Lighter, the lighter. I've got my scraper, a hole punch. On the back, I've got the picker and the whatever those other things are called. And more scissors and tweezers. And it's a Lazy Susan, so it just spins around. And I've got water. So whenever I'm making a stain, this is the water that I'm actually using. And I just refill it. When I am close to being empty, I just empty it and refill it. And then I've got my lotion that I don't use enough, and I apologize for that for all the videos. And then again, the glue sticks. And there are some accoutrements back there as well. There's some alcohol for cleaning, and there are, oh, I don't know what else is back there. I don't honestly remember. What do you call, fingernail polish remover is back there as well. So this is a very handy tool that I made quite a while ago. It's been over a year, and it's very handy because it does spin around, which makes it easy for me to have everything all in one place without having to get up and move and do all the things. And it was just a large platter. I don't know if you can see underneath there, but I just made it into a Lazy Susan using, I'm trying to see what I used to make the Lazy Susan. I don't know if I can see it though. Oh, you know what? I think it's a Dollar Tree Lazy Susan. And one of those $3 Lazy Susans from Dollar Tree that they used to have. I don't know if they have them anymore or not. And then I just glued this large platter on top of it, because this is quite large. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here. It's quite large. And this is one of those Dollar Tree, what do you call those things that you, pegboards? One of those Dollar Tree pegboards. And then I just glued or put them together, put two of them together back to back, I guess, back to back, and then just glued it onto the Lazy Susan, so that I would have places to hang stuff, because I want stuff to be hung and use all that space, all that vertical space that I've got there. So anyway, so that's the last tool that I use the most often. This one is actually something I cannot live without. I would actually make another one if for some reason this one broke, or I don't know what would ever happen to it. But if something happened, I would definitely remake this, because this is very helpful for me. And I thank you so much for stopping by Natty's Crafts today. I sure hope you can give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe. Whenever you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. I am going to do a second version of this video because I didn't include any of my glue guns, because basically I don't want this video to be 100 minutes long. So I'm going to do a second video hopefully later this week. We'll see what happens. But be looking for that. I do have 4 different glue guns that I haven't used, so I'd like to show those to you as well. But anyway, big thumbs up if you would, and remember to always appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.